Okay, we're going to talk about our second week of Recorder and what we're going to be working on. Today, we will be learning the note G, which is a new note, and the fingering for the note's over here, but it's a little difficult to see because of the crease in the paper. It's thumb, 1, 2, 3. If you look in the back of your recorder packet, the very last page, I put a fingering chart that will be very helpful. And here you can see, here's the G. And then this little hole over here to the side is the thumb. And then 1, 2, 3. So if you ever get confused about a note, you can always look in the back. This is a new note. So the very first thing we do is learn to play and finger the note. So your thumb goes on the back and then 1, 2, 3. Now it gets trickier because again, you're trying to make sure that your holes are completely covered. If your fingers are off just a little, even like that right there, how that hole's uncovered, it's not going to come out properly. A G should sound like this. And you should have all 3 holes in the front covered and your back hole covered, and you're using your left hand. When you look here at the music, it starts just the way that our other ones did. And you're going to follow the same process. So at first you're going to clap and speak it on tas and TTs. Then you're going to go through and figure out what note it is. So we go, okay, is it a line or space note? It's a line note. Then we're going to use every good boy deserves fudge. So we go every good G. We know these are all G's anyway because it tells you they're all G's. But down here it gets trickier. So you go through and you learn these first. And you make sure we can play them in rhythm. Then you move down here and this is where it gets hard. So this one includes B, A, and G, which is all of the notes that we have learned so far. And if you remember me telling you, when people say, oh, well, we can use the stems to determine what note it is, and I told you that wasn't going to work when we added G, here's why. The B has a stem down, the A has a stem up, and look at the G, it has a stem up too. So these lines right here, these stems, you cannot use those to determine what kind of note it is, or what note it is. That's not going to work. You have to actually look at the circle and the note head. This is called the note head. You have to actually look at the note head and figure it out. So you know this is B because we go every good boy. This is A because it's a space note and we use face for space notes. F, A. And this is another line note, so we go every good. That's a G. So what you're going to do first is the tas and TTs. Then you're going to go through and you're going to go, okay, I have to be able to speak this on letter names. And letter names are like B, A, and G. That's what I mean when I say letter names. So you have to be able to go through and go B, 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 A, 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 G, 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 G. Now, right here, this thing right here, as it says, that's called a repeat sign. And what that means is you play the whole thing, and then you go back to the beginning, and you play it again. In class, we're not going to be doing the repeat signs. If you want to do them at home, that's fine. But in class, we don't have the time to play everything over and over again like that. So we're not going to be using these. So that's up to you if you use them or not while you are practicing. After you can go through and speak it on letter names, then you pick up your recorder and you finger the notes on your recorder. And you go through and you go, okay, this is a B, and you do the fingering for B. And you speak through it while doing the fingering. So what you're going to do, it's going to look like this. B, 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 A, 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 G, 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 G. And once you can do that, then you can play it. Then you're going to move down to the next one. Step 1, read it on tas and TTs. Step 2, figure out the letter names. G, G, G. Those are A's, A, A, A. B, A, G. Then you go, okay, can I speak it in rhythm on letter names? G, G, G. Sh, A, A, A. Sh, B, sh, A, sh. G. Then you do the fingerings while speaking it on letter names. Then you play it. Down here, we actually have songs that we're going to play. So the first one is Hot Cross Buns, which this is actually what our white belt is, but this one's a little different than our white belt. So you go through and do the same process. And then Au clair de la lune is the same thing. You go through and do the same process. So this is going to be what we work on our second week of Recorder.